We should have audio. Yeah, I put subscriber mode on for this. There's there's no reason not to put subscriber mode on for this. All right, let me just check, make sure everything's working okay here. It's nice weather again. Just stunning. I thought it was supposed to rain today. I mean, the weather's always like this in Amsterdam. All right. Yeah, stream looks great actually. Wow. I have a sip of water while we're here. So it'll be interesting to see what this is all about, this Tesla protest. I actually don't know too much about it. I don't know how many people will be there, but I thought it'd be fun to ride out there because it's actually, from a not just bikes point of view, very interesting because it's out in suburbia, where in any other city, let me just adjust this microphone, where in any other city the bicycle infrastructure would be shit, but it's actually really good out there. And so it's a fun ride out there. And it's a nice day. And we'll start here. This is a statue of Anne Frank, because she lived here. I know you think of Anne Frank House, which is in the center, but she actually lived here in Rivierenburg, just up there on the 3rd floor. So they have a statue of her here in the park. She would have played in this park. I do not have a sign. I actually don't know how long I can stay at the protest, because the thing is, like, I'm filming, live streaming. People don't necessarily want to be live streamed to the internet when they're at a protest. So I don't know how close I'm going to get. We're going to play it by ear. There's also GDPR concerns about showing people as the subject of your video. So we'll see. I am honestly not sure how long we're going to be at this thing, but we will do the ride out. We'll see what's what, and we will come home. The map is acting up again. That's interesting. Oh, yeah, because it switched to the other Wi-Fi network. Man, I think I might just have to ditch Vodafone. Their service is so poor around here. Let me just switch my streaming phone to use the hotspot on my phone on KPN. Actually, yeah, why is that? It's amazing how bad Vodafone is in Amsterdam. Like, it's crazy, right? Like, you would think that they would have good service here, but there's so many places in Amsterdam that have just shit service. And my streaming phone is not finding my Wi-Fi hotspot for some reason. So annoying. All right. Fuck, that took too long. All right. Jason hair reveal. Yeah, I needed to turn it off and back on both phones. It's annoying. Let me know if the map starts acting up again. It really does blow my mind that Vodafone has such poor service. Now, I am on my other bike because if you were here on Thursday's stream, you'll know I got a flat tire, which I thought, you know, fine, I'll replace the flat tire, no problem. Well, it turns out the tire itself is messed up. Like it has peeled, and that's why the tire went flat, and so the whole tire needs to be replaced. My local bike shop is closed for renovations, so. I will not get that bike back until later today. All right, this is such a nice neighborhood. I love Revere and Bird. Unfortunately, the houses here are expensive. How's your Dutch going? My Dutch is fine. Still not gonna speak it for you guys on stream though. I'm not a monkey who dances for your pleasure. Let's go through here to Rijnstraat. Anyway, as I was saying, I'm on a different bike, which means I don't have my two phone holders, which means I don't have my GPS phone out here, which means I'm gonna cycle down to Tesla by memory. I've been down to that area several times before, believe it or not to Tesla, but like IKEA's out there and stuff. So we'll see if we get lost. Hey, thanks for the Prime subscription, Dylan and Custardo. Super chat, thank you. Wow, the Dutch had to use wood and bicycle tires. Yeah, indeed, right? I apologize if I miss anybody's super chat. I am on a bicycle after all. But I'll try my best to check chat every once in a while. How many kilometers to Tesla? I'm not. It's faster and things feel closer. I don't know. It's a bit funny. Now, if I remember correctly, I have to be on the other side of this bridge. This bridge has bicycle lanes on both sides, but there are two-way bicycle lanes on both sides, which is nice. And I need to be on the other side here. So just come up, notice like protected intersection, of course, because they're everywhere. Oh, green light. I love these protected intersections. I don't understand why these aren't more common in other places. It's just, it seems so obvious. Stream died on the Twitch side. That's not good. Yeah, you know what? My internet went down at home for some reason. And YouTube came back up. I hope Twitch comes back up. Yeah, I got a notification from my router. Not much I can do about that right now. So hopefully Twitch comes back up. Oh, god damn it. Well, there's nothing I can do, unfortunately, about Twitch being down. I can't reset it from here. That sucks. I will, I'll stop up here and just see if there's anything I can do about Twitch. That really sucks if Twitch is down already. Somebody DDoSed my, Elon fan DDoSed my home internet connection. Had to be. No other explanation for it. This is pretty car-centric out here, obviously, but you can see that it's, you know, it's nice that we're on this protected bike path and we don't really have to think about it much. And then when we do cross the cars, notice how small the lanes are here and we only have to cross one at a time. Like, that's so easy. All right, I'm gonna stop, take a quick look at the stream, but I suspect there's nothing I can do about Twitch because I can't restart Twitch remotely. Let me just send a message to the Twitch folks here so they know what's going on. Because it occurred to me they can't hear what I'm saying. Well, it looks like Twitch is dead. I can't kill YouTube as well. I can't actually, thanks, jokers. Yeah, well, I might as well just switch to YouTube only now. That sucks, but there's nothing I can do about it, unfortunately, because the way it restreams, I can't just restart Twitch from here, which sucks. But there's nothing I can do about it. Yeah, I hear you. You shut up, dude. I can't just restart. Don't need to hear your shit. I already hear it once. There. Maybe Twitch will come back, but I somehow doubt it. You could always come home, yeah. Not doing that. I'm already late enough as it is. All right. Well, that sucks, but Kuna Matata. Let's continue. Oh, this bridge is open. This was, last time I was here, this was under construction. That's looking nice. Cars have to yield to bikes here. There you go. Nice. Very good. And now the GPS is having issues again. God, it's one thing after another with these streams, eh? You know what I am going to do? I've got another phone with another internet connection, and I'm going to boot that up. And maybe it'll help keep the stream a little more stable. I've already got two, but I brought this one just in case. How many phones does this man have? You know, you collect phones after a while, you know, especially when you have kids that have phones. This phone's cracked and the camera doesn't work, but it still has a network connection. All right. That'll be another... some more juice. First they came for our Twitch, then they came for our GPS. Oh my god. Yeah, bring the entire network of Zodos to its knees. Every network provider's like, there are thousands of phones entering the area. And they're all in one place. All right, so this is a bit funny here. Like, the bicycle lane is two ways on this side of the street, but there's nothing over there. But I guess there's no destinations over there, so it doesn't really matter. Whereas all the destinations are here on this side. And these clinkers are a little bit bumpy, I have to say. They could do for a refresh. It's not so bad, but it's not that sweet, smooth asphalt we were on before. I believe up here I need to switch to the other side of the road, because I think the bike path now, the two-way bike path ends. Yeah, this is Duo, where I had to go to do my Dutch language exams in order to become a Dutch citizen. So I biked out here several times before. Oh yeah, and here's where I cross to the other side of the road. Let me just check chat. There's a semi-solar eclipse right about now, except for Dutch clouds, yeah. Oh, there's water on that side, yeah. True. All right, let's keep going. This part of the city, it's not quite as nice. Of course, there's always a protected bike lane, which is nice, right? But it's a little more industrial over there to my left. And I mean, we're going under a overpass. But it never ceases to amaze me how no matter where you go, in basically the entire country, there's always going to be a bike path. There's always going to be a way to cycle there safely, even here. And this like suburban overpass. And they have those, I just passed over the counters on the ground. They count the number of cyclists that go by. I assume they're considering this for an upgrade because it feels, I mean, it's pretty wide. But it does feel kind of old. And this is obviously like quite industrial warehouse kind of feeling to the right here. But of course, there's still this bike lane that's what, like 2.5, 3 meters wide? Something like that? What do you think? All right. Now, I can go this way, but I think it's actually slightly faster to go this way, to the right. It is amazing that it's sunny. And I got my sunglasses on, and it's actually legitimately hard to read chat while I'm riding. I hope that this is the right way to go. I'm pretty sure it is. I haven't been down here in a while though. But I remember this cutting off part of the traffic lights around the corner there. But this is absolutely great weather for this. It is a little bit cool. It's like 10 or 11 degrees. But when it's sunny, it's not so bad. This is so funny though. It feels like we're out on a rural route here. There's some, actually, are those, I think those are people's gardens, right? Over there on the right, where you can like get a little plot of land to do like your own garden, and they have the little cottage there. I think that's what those are. Are they behind the trees? It's really actually quite lovely out here. We should be back. Whew. Well, that was fun. But we're back. Whew. Now, where was I? Pas op, slecht weg, deck. That's so funny. I love it when they have like those signs that say like watch out, like bad road service. And I'm like, this would be like one of the best roads in Toronto. They wouldn't even need a sign. Now, I think we just turn right here, and we're there, right? Let up Toronto quality, yeah. Toronto kwaliteit weg. Funny. So there's the arena. We're now getting into Amsterdam Zuidoost, southeast. And you'll see that this is like considerably more suburban as we get out here. On the right in like a kilometer, yeah. It's pretty quick to get out here, eh? I mean, technical issues aside. It is fairly amazing how easy it is to get around by bike and how easy it is to get to like the edge of the city. The GPS might figure itself out, we'll see. I don't know why it's decided to have so many issues today. But, you know. Just gonna stop here and check. My local council of Melbourne's not putting separated lanes on local roads because they prefer to do sharrows. Oh man. Viewers actually went up when stream was kicked. That's there you go. Let me just check the health of the Bella box. Seems to be all right. I might need to decrease the bit rate if it has issues, but so far so good. That last F was actually because the GoPro came unplugged and ran out of batteries. And yeah, then it's just this pretty nice bike path. And the Tesla dealership's just up here on the right. Canta, yeah. Friend got hit and killed on a bike on sharrows. Yeah, sharrows. I mean, there was that study done a few years ago that studied different types of bicycle infrastructure, and they found that sharrows were more dangerous than doing nothing, because sharrows gave especially novice cyclists a false sense of security that they were supposed to be there. So they might go out to a route thinking it's a bike route, but it's actually nothing. Sharrows make sense for wayfinding on like small streets. You know, if it's a little bit unclear where you're supposed to bike to stay on the bike route, you can put some sharrows, but like they should not be used as infrastructure. Oh, here we are. Tesla right there. So I'm curious to see how many people are out here. I think that might be it there. Now again, I'm not going to get too close. I don't want to film people if they don't want to be filmed. But what is going on here? They're towing a car? Okay, I'm kind of curious. What's going on? Amazing. Hi. Oh, hey, you're watching the stream? Yeah. Very good. Nice. Good. All right, chat. We've got a viewer here. Everyone, hi. Jason. Nice to meet you. What's going on here?
Oh, just a car being towed.
But like unrelated to anything? Yeah. That's funny. I noticed it wasn't a Tesla anyway. Very good. All right. Let me take this out so I can read chat. So we got a small group of folks here. Oh, and somebody getting interviewed here. Let's go check it out. Did you bring eggs? Nice to meet you. Awkward day to visit the Tesla dealership for those folks. So I think that's the news here. Have you ever been to Abcuda? No, I have not. Let me bring this down a bit. Interesting. Unmarked police van, I guess. Unrelated. Lots of excitement down here that's completely unrelated. There's another car being towed. I guess there was a crash or something, although they don't look like they've been damaged. Hi.
Hi, I actually used the stream to find the place.
Oh, good. Welcome. Hi. What's your name?
Yeah, Robin.
Nice to meet you. Very good. Well, all right, there you go. Another viewer. You know what? While we're here, I don't think I need that map anymore. So let's just go to this view. That was such a nice compact tow truck. I know, right? It's so funny that there's like cars being towed and stuff. Completely unrelated to this. Using the stream to wayfind. Yeah, it's very funny, eh? I'm not streaming on Twitch. I was streaming on Twitch, but Twitch died for some reason, and I wasn't able to bring the stream back up. So that is what it is.
All of the people here came because of you, including me.
Oh, very good. Excellent. I'm glad. Thanks for coming. That's very funny. I guess there's quite a few Not Just Bikes fans out here. Almost like the Venn diagram of people who don't like Elon Tesla as a viewership channel. There's an overlap, yeah. Nice graffiti on that sign over there. Yeah. Very funny. Very funny. I like that. All right, well, several viewers and fans out here. I have a couple other people who have waved to me. I wonder what these signs are saying out here. We might go check those out in a sec. It's not really a low density area. The other side of the rail tracks, there's lots of high rises. This is more the industrial part, yeah. Yeah, I did think that was interesting because there's not going to be a huge amount of like foot traffic or anything out here because it is a bit industrial. I wonder what news organization they're with. Yeah, a lot of cars here. I mean, this area of Amsterdam. I actually find it interesting. It's one of the reasons why I wanted to do a stream out here, regardless of any of this swastika car stuff. Because this was built to be car-centric when it was built. It was 1960s, 70s, 80s. Like, this was very car-centric. And then some of the bike stuff was added after the fact. Yeah, I'm just going to step away from that crosswalk. I stepped away because it has that clicking noise, which is annoying on stream. I think there's no fear of Teslas being set on fire here. I'm curious to see what happens in other countries, though, because I know that there are several other protests happening on the same day. All right, this is interesting. So he's able to use the tow truck's able to use the bike path to take this car away because the bike path is wide enough to fit a tow truck. This is all earmarked for higher density development. Yeah, I'm not surprised. Oh, there's a bus that comes through here. I didn't know that. Right by the Tesla dealership. Bus stream next time. Not everyone can protest like the French, yeah. Proud Boys announced they are counter-protesting here to support Tesla. I find it so funny that these right-wing guys are supporting Tesla when, like, 5 years ago they would not been in favor of it at all. But, you know, I also think it says something about Elon that, like, white supremacist organizations are supporting him. Line 300, yeah. So he had to back up to there so that the sensor for the lights would detect him, because if he was up there, it never would have turned green, or at least never would have let him make a left turn. Well, this is fun. Man, such a nice day for it, too. I think it was incorrect to say it was developed car-centric from the beginning. You had wide bicycle grade paths separated from the cars. Yeah, so some of it, some of the Bijlmer area had some bike lanes in it. There was this thought that they would separate bikes from cars. So some of it was designed that way, right from the start. It depends where you are in Zuidoost. But I think at any rate, it is an example of how you can make a suburban area, car-friendly area, bike-friendly. Now, what's important here, though, is that notice that this is not a strode, right? Like, the entrance to Tesla is down this side street. It's not here. There's no big driveway in here with a parking lot and stuff out front like there would be in the US or Canada. This is a road. And there's a traffic light there to go to another road, but, like, you have to go quite a ways down before you get to a street where that white car is down there. And there aren't driveways off of this, and that's exactly why this is a road and not a strode. Yeah, support Tesla, but also never electric. It's a very funny worldview. It is, right? For an industrial area, it looks lovely. It does, right? It's not bad. That's the Von Mall, which is a giant mall that has furniture stores and things like household goods and things like that. And then, of course, the Tesla dealership, which is actually quite big. I think this is their main headquarters. Like, this is a huge building, right? This isn't just a car dealership. They also have offices here. Maybe we'll take a little ride around there, actually, just to see what the area looks like. Oh, here comes Kanta. Hi.
I was wondering if you're up to chat a little bit.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, because I actually moved from Germany to the Netherlands because of your channel.
Oh, that's great. That's fantastic. How long were you living in Germany?
Oh, I was there to study for like. Yeah,
Are
I
you
stayed
okay
there for
showing
5
up on the
years.
stream? Yeah, okay. I just have to ask.
Yeah, I know you're on stream. I was watching.
Yeah, I know, but you know, you have to remind people that's
Yeah,
actually a
definitely,
GDPR thing.
Definitely. Good to know. Yeah, I was living in Germany for like 5 years.
Yeah.
And decided to.
Actually,
hop over
Chad,
to
can you
Netherlands.
hear what he's saying? That is a cool mask, I agree. And how long have you been here?
3 years.
Cool.
And I decided I wanted to stay here.
How is it?
Oh, it's been nice so far. And I mean, it's not perfect. Like no place is perfect in terms of urbanism, but
Yeah, yeah.
it is.
It's
a lot
pretty
more
good though,
freeing.
right? Yeah, it
Once-
really
once
is.
I got the taste of being able to just cycle anywhere I want.
It was honking at them. That was
Oh my
good.
God, there's just a Tesla there.
Yeah. Oh, then the news is the camera there, the professional camera, whoever that is. Do you know which news that is by any chance?
I don't actually
Oh,
know. I
I
haven't
know.
seen them yet.
I haven't talked to them either.
Oh
But-
my God, there's just a Tesla there.
They're filming.
Isn't it great that
Very
we
good.
don't have Cybertrucks here?
Yeah. Yeah, I know, right? Because Cybertrucks are too dangerous. They're not allowed in the European Union. Although that doesn't stop some people from importing them under those loopholes. Yeah, for the individual vehicle. Well, Jack could tell me what that thing's
they're
called.
having a hell of a time trying to get the safety regulations passed. So
Yeah.
maybe it won't work out. Who knows?
I can't possibly see that happening. Oh, they're actually interviewing them, the Tesla owner there. So what do you think about driving a car, a swastika car? Do you still want to keep your Tesla? Very funny.
Yeah, I've actually driven a couple of times in the Netherlands. Do have driver's license, have car share.
Yeah. Me too.
Something I noticed is that even on the 30 per hour roads, I
Yeah.
never drive over 30 because I'm too scared to.
Yeah.
I always drive like 20. That's how good the roads are designed, I guess.
Oh, somebody's pissed.
But yeah, I actually came from Taiwan.
Oh yeah,
and
very nice.
I thought your Taipei video was pretty good.
Thank you.
Like,
Yeah, thank
I
you.
mean, most of Taiwan is not like that.
No, I know, right?
Like it's like as bad as Taipei is, like the rest of the country, even worse.
Oh, I know that for sure. Like I remember this one time when I was taking a taxi in Taichung,
Oh God.
and I was out on the highway stuck in traffic, and the taxi ran out of gas. Like just flat out ran out of gas because it was stuck in. Wow, that Canta is loud.
That is somebody needs to repair that.
You should sell that and buy a Tesla. Now the Tesla's blocking the bus. Amazing. But anyway, yeah, I was in this taxi. The taxi got stuck in traffic. We were in traffic for so long that he ran out of gas, and he just had to drop me at the side of the road. And so I had to walk like through the worst parts of Taichung until I could get out of the traffic jam and find another taxi that would take me from the side of the road.
That's insane.
Oh, it's just, man, I know all about Taiwan, that's for sure. Let me just check chat here. Maybe the car broke down. Yeah, maybe.
I mean, it's not on fire.
Oh, no, not yet. Very funny.
I actually remember like worrying about the fact and when I lived in Taiwan, I was actually had the worry in my mind like, oh, I have to buy a car in the future,
Yeah.
and I don't have the money or like anything to do that with.
Yeah, and that's why everybody buys the scooters, right? And that's insanity too. I hate those bought it before Elon were crazy stickers. No, you didn't. Well, certainly I saw a picture of one online. Somebody had I bought this before Elon went crazy on a Cybertruck, and I'm like, no.
People are also selling I bought this because Elon was crazy stickers for other EVs.
That's funny. I'm just gonna walk over here. I want to see what's going on with this Stop Tesla. Yeah. Good to talk to you. Wow. You would not believe, well, maybe you would believe, how many people have contacted me over the years and told me they moved, not necessarily to the Netherlands, but they moved because of my channel. It is, I would not be surprised if it is over 1,000 people that have told me that by now. And obviously not everyone who has done it has told me. So it looks like they're I don't know what's going on over there actually. Anyway, what is the bike of choice of NJB? I'm on a Gazelle, my other Gazelle, because the one that I normally take got a flat tire on Thursday. Worse than a flat tire, a like shredded tire. So the whole thing needed to be replaced. It is both headquarters, Tesla and SpaceX, really? That's interesting. I mean, it is a huge building. But the Elon of 10 years ago is quite different than the Elon now. That is true. I mean, there are those old tweets. Well, there was that one tweet that was like, proud to see that Tesla has received top scores on all LGBT support. It was something along those lines. If you don't like it, you can fuck off. And this was like a tweet from Elon, like just saying how great it was that his company was supported LGBT initiatives. Yeah, now it's like night and day. He talks about the woke mind virus, and it's funny because I'm pretty sure that the right-wing insanity is more like a mind virus. Because when you see how people change, it's weird. I actually worked with a guy years ago. It was actually sad. He got a head injury and became a right-winger. And I know that sounds like a joke, but that's literally what happened. He got a serious head injury, he was hospitalized, and after that, he was like an angry right-winger. It's weird. Pretty sure he fried his brain with ketamine or whatever else. Yeah, possibly. Ketamine is nasty. His daughter was on stream with Hassan yesterday. Yeah, I heard that. Old tweets when Elon was normal is basically marketing. Yeah, I mean, I think that makes sense. I think Fetterman's different. Like, I don't follow U.S. politics that closely, but to me, I think Fetterman just ran as a Democrat and a progressive to get elected, but didn't actually give a fuck. I think he was, like, from the start just lying. I don't think he got infected or anything. I think he was just, like, saying whatever he needed to get elected, and then he was like, fuck off. Hi in the Netherlands. Thoughts on the funding cuts for public transport? Yeah, I want to make a video about that, I think. It's bad, man. You know, I always talk about how it's like right-wing governments are just anti-city, and I get shit from it. People are like, no, you know, it's not that bad. And I had so many people telling me Wilders, like, he's just Islamophobic, but otherwise he's left-wing. I'm like, give me a fucking break. But no, you know, right-wing government, they cut hundreds of millions in public transit funding. Whoa, it's a big fucking surprise. It happens every time. Do those crossing light poles constantly click? Yeah, I mean, it's for visually impaired people, right? Which is why I don't want to be too close to them, because they get really annoying, and I might actually move away because it sounds loud for me, but sometimes it's even worse when it gets picked up by the mic. So this is, I can't cycle down here. This is just an entrance to the freeway, right? Or... Oh, here comes another Tesla and they're taking the photos. Very funny. So they positioned themselves here so that every Tesla driver that that wants to drive in has to turn here, because that's the only entrance to this place. And the police have blocked off the entrance to the dealership. That's interesting. I don't think any of these people are going to be lighting stuff on fire, because they seem pretty chill. Elon has a transgender child ever since she outed herself. Elon has gone nuts. Yeah, it's possible. Have you heard plans for the Lely line? Yeah, I've heard the plans. I don't know. Whenever I hear plans, I I don't believe it until it happens, you know. It's one of the reasons I don't talk about plans on my channel. I'm gonna move away from that fucking clicking. And I think I'll do a little bit of a ride here just to show people the area. Yeah, 1 second. First, I think I'll go over. Someone's flagging me down over there. Oh. Neat NJB is literally 500 meters away from the office I work at. Oh, nice. I like how short the traffic lights are here for pedestrians. Hi there. Are you all right being on camera?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Just gotta ask.
No, thanks for that.
Yeah.
I haven't been asked by some of the others, so
Yeah, exactly, right? Yeah. Good.
Yeah, no, thanks for coming and thanks for sharing it as
Yeah,
well.
yeah, indeed. Absolutely. How's it? You happy with the turnout and everything? And
Yeah, I mean, I really didn't know what to expect.
yeah, and me neither.
But, yeah, no, I mean, you know, it
That's-
was just two of us at noon, and now there's this. It's nice.
Yeah, it's good fun, right?
Yeah.
It's a nice day for it too.
Yeah, I'm glad the rain only stayed for the night. Yeah. No,
Indeed. Well, yeah, I'm happy to come out. Yeah.
yeah, cool.
Who are these folks with the camera? Do you know?
Not 1985. They were RTL, I think.
RTL.
Yeah,
Okay.
Danny on the street, if I remember correctly.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah, no problem. I think this fellow's from Dutch News if you want to chat with somebody who can,
Yeah,
take a proper
possibly.
English statement.
Yeah, possibly. But
No, I totally understand if you don't want to be
yeah,
in the middle of it as well.
I'm also all right. Yeah. I'd rather let other people do the speaking if it's all right.
No, for sure. Well, I'm sorry to completely go another direction, but yeah, thanks also for all the work you're doing with your YouTube channel. I
Yeah.
really
absolutely.
appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah.
I really appreciate that. It's always nice to meet fans. It clicks constantly because people and bikes have priority. Correct. Okay, I'm gonna go for a little quick bike ride.
Yeah, I'll take it. Seems like there's still.
This is a sign we care. I like that. I do like they've set up right here. But yeah, basically, pedestrians always have priority here. So, so that thing is always clicking. Recently heard Ley Line might be on hold due to insufficient funding. Entirely possible. I don't believe anything until I see it. Need to get some people from Philly there. Stuff will get lit on fire. Yeah, maybe later in the evening that'll happen. There are actually a fair amount of police around. Like, they're not in your face or anything. This is in America, but I've noticed quite a few police cars going back and forth, and there's some blocking the entrance to the dealership there. We want buttons in cars. Very good. All right, I'm gonna take a little ride down, show you the area, and then we'll ride back. And then, yeah, I do have to eventually get back home. I got stuff to do with the kids this afternoon, but it seems like quite a few people came out because of my post, so that's nice to see. Very good. Yeah, even like little kids can ride out here. How old was that kid? I don't know, like 14 or something? So you can see it's fairly higher density over there on the left, but then on the right, it's very industrial. And this being a road and not a strode means that there's no driveways here. And then in order to get to these, you have to go off of the side street. Another one of those things for checking how many cyclists have driven by. So now if I wanted to go to one of these businesses, notice that there is no bicycle lane here for what it's worth. Which I believe means that this has to be a 30 km/h street, but you never know. Sometimes these will have old designs out here. I wanted to come down, but Amsterdam Central is shut down today, so it'd be a nightmare to get there. Oh, damn. I remember you cycling past this place on your way to IKEA? Yeah, correct. Like, this is pretty suburban out here, right? Those are some pretty big roads, although for the most part only big at the intersections. But you'll see if I wanted to get to any of these businesses, you have to do it off the side street because this is now more like a street than a road. And you'll also notice that the parking lots are very small compared to how big they would be in North America. Let's go down here. I think the IKEA warehouse pickup is around here somewhere, if I remember correctly. But here's what an industrial area looks like in Amsterdam. Notice that, again, this is not a strode. These are not accessed by the same road that all the through traffic uses, which is the entire point. And if I also remember, Tesla Motor Netherlands, BV, and datacenter.com. So this is the back of the building. I think there's a bike path on the other side. Yeah, I think there is. Yeah, this is just, I don't even know like how to explain this to somebody who hasn't been to an industrial area in North America. But this is just so drastically different. You'll also notice, I know it's Saturday, but still, even on a weekday, there's so little traffic out here because the only cars and trucks that would be on this street would be the ones accessing the buildings. And anyway, I'll take a loop around and then go back to Tesla. I just personally find this interesting, and I feel like I gotta find a way to make this into a video to show like what the difference is here. Like, that's wild. There are parking lots, and these are offices and warehouses, but then this is my favorite part of this. There's a freaking bike path going right through the middle of it. Like, look at this. You come down from over there. I've shown this in one of my videos. I think I stood over here and filmed this. But if you were coming here by bike, you wouldn't have gone the same way as the cars. You'd come down this bike path. So if you worked here and needed to come here by bike, you just come in here and then, lock up. And there were some bikes parked over there. There's bike parking in front of the businesses. What do you think of Germany now investing many billions to overhaul its rail network? Yeah, it's long overdue. Unfortunately, the amount that Germany is investing in its rail network still doesn't make up for the amount it hasn't invested over the last few decades, unfortunately. That's the reason why Deutsche Bahn is late all the fucking time, is because of deferred maintenance. I have not been to the high-tech campus in Eindhoven. I actually haven't really been to Eindhoven. I was there in the train station once, but that's it. It's such a nice ride to get through this area, then straight back to that big junction, easy to cross, then keep going. Yeah, I know, right? Like, isn't that crazy? If you suggested building a bike path in an industrial area in North America, they'd say you're crazy. I mean, why would you need that? But obviously, like, people work here and they may want to come here by bicycle. But this bike path cutting straight through the middle of it is just so freaking cool, in my opinion. High-tech campus is completely pedestrianized. That's very cool. Like, seriously, look at this. This is in an industrial park. And it's like, oh, I love it. Well, the reason DV sucks is a couple decades of privatization. Yeah, that's true too. You gotta love your privatization where the government ends up putting more money into subsidizing than it would to run it. That's happening very much with SpaceX too. Like, the amount of money that the US government throws into SpaceX is fucking wild. And they don't get to own any of it at the end, right? They just get to rent rockets. You know, it's not like putting money into NASA where the government owns the expertise and the rockets and everything else. Here you just pay. Yeah, this is much nicer to ride here than on the road that I was riding on over there. I knew that there must have been a better way, because when I was riding on that road over there, I'm like, this doesn't feel right. And sure enough, it wasn't. I was supposed to be here. Honda dealership. Like, again, it's crazy, like, that this is a car dealership and it's not just a giant sea of asphalt with cars all over it. Yeah, bicycles just aren't taken seriously. Yeah, absolutely not. They're considered recreational. All right, let's go back to Tesla, and then we'll stay there just for a little bit longer, and then I'll cycle home. Maybe I'll cycle home via that bike path. Actually, that could be interesting. I know, you look at this and, like, there's just people out cycling here, right? They're just going. It was a group of 3 people. They could have been in a car here. This is to test for the number of cyclists they're counting. They could have been in their cars, but they're not, right? Any chance of a future collab with Feats Professor? Yeah, it's possible. That's entirely possible. I notice he shows up on a lot of podcasts and stuff. Maybe I should have him on the Urbanist Agenda sometime. He does good work. Prologis warehouse. So actually, this is a Prologis warehouse. It's probably not related to Tesla. Although this part is, for sure. It's got Tesla pictures all over it. All right, let's go hang out here for a little bit longer. I'll go through the intersection. I'll be on the other side. Good fun. Is your tire fixed now? No. I mentioned earlier on the stream that the tire itself is like the is peeling, and that's why it blew the inner tube. So the whole tire needed to be replaced, and I just brought it into the bike shop. But they couldn't have it ready in time, so I'm on the other e-bike, this one, which I mean, it's a really nice e-bike, but it's just not set up for my streaming stuff. If I had $1 for each of those crossing signal clicks, I'd still be poorer than Musk. If you had $10,000 for every one of those clicks, you'd still be poorer. In fact, you'd probably have to wait longer than you'll be alive. They're doing a lot of bike counting at the moment in a lot of places. Yeah, I've noticed that. I've seen those around a lot. But the city does do stuff. The city is always collecting data, I find. And there's a lot of construction going on as well. I love it. Everyone's very happy. E-bikes feel like cheating. Cheating at what? I'm getting from point A to point B. What are those concrete slabs over there? I don't know. They're doing some kind of construction. Yeah, I mean, you said to determine how often it's used, priorities might change. I mean, that's exactly it, right? The city is always taking a look at what's being used where. Cheating by not having a car payment. Give me a second. Oh my god. Tesla dealership not open on Saturday. They normally are open. Yeah, a few people have driven in there. We can take a little walk over and see it before we go. Yeah, next week Jason does the same ride but in his Tesla. Exactly. I'm importing a Cybertruck right now. It's difficult, but I'm determined to make it happen. You got told you were a Karen when she's the middle-aged woman. That sounds about right. Heading off to bed, but what struck to me is how quiet it is despite all the car volumes. Yeah, I mean, they do. I don't know if they use the quiet asphalt out here, but it is quite quiet despite being a suburban area. And you just see so many people just cycling out here. Like, look, this is a couple of kids cycling here. And they're just, I'm not going to show their faces. They're just, you know, happily cycling. There's cars here, there's buses, but, you know, the bikes too. Everything has their place. Transit goes first all the time, so this bus gets priority over the cyclists, but then otherwise, and this one too. Otherwise, it goes green immediately. Look at how fast that turned green for a cyclist. That's so cool. How does a Cybertruck compare to an F-150, actually? I've never looked at that. I saw a Cybertruck only once in person when I was in New York City. They are ugly. Although, for what it's worth, it is nice that a car looks a little bit different than a aerodynamic white sedan or SUV. That's what, every 20 minutes on this bus route? Yeah, something like that. Saturday in an industrial area. I mean, it does go to a more populated area, but yeah, there's pretty good service here. From where you are now, it's also a fun ride to continue through the Bijlmer to Gasper Park. There's also a highway. Yeah, it is good out there. I've been there a few times. The Cybertruck is not road legal in Europe. No, it is not. Okay, I'm gonna go around, just check out the front of the Tesla dealership. But I think we're gonna leave these good people. Nice to see lots of people out. Good fun. Sorry, no burning Cybertrucks on this stream. You'll have to go to Philadelphia for that. Sorry, with this bus line, there's no need on a bicycle in Amsterdam. You know, actually, I take transit quite often. I prefer taking trams. Everyone's laughing and having a good time. I like that. That's good fun. So they have a gate at the Tesla dealership, but that's there all the time. I wonder if normally it would be open. Yeah, I wonder if normally it would be open, but they've closed it today because there's a person standing there, I think, to open it if anyone comes by. Outside Amsterdam, that bus has a dedicated roadway with viaducts. Yeah, it's good. What do you think about the defunding of public transport? I talked about that earlier. I mean, right-wing governments do that all the time. It's so frustrating. It's going to cause nothing but problems. I do wonder how, just like average Tesla drivers who've never paid attention to any of this stuff feel about this blowback if they haven't heard about it before. My brother owns a Tesla. Its lease is almost up anyway, so he's getting rid of it and he's buying a different brand. He has no interest in supporting Elon anymore. Sensors in the road, they're not weight sensors, they'll be induction loops. Tesla's going to be a gated community for the few right-wingers who don't hate electric cars. It is a strange, strange world when all the people who say climate change doesn't exist are promoting an electric car brand. I do wonder what these giant concrete slabs are for. They've got like a stormwater pond here. I wonder if they're rebuilding something here. And another bus, 3 and 5 minutes. Yeah. Did the value of the Tesla cars in the secondhand market drop as well? Yeah. I mean, in my brother's case, he's returning the lease, so it's all fine. But those road slabs would make a temporary road. Yeah, I could see that. There's been a huge flood of Teslas on the used market, which is also making it harder for Tesla to sell new cars because, if you can buy a 2-year-old car for a huge discount, you won't buy a new one. All right, well, we're going to leave these good people.
The live froze.
Oh, did it? Yeah, that'll happen. Let me check it. Thanks. It does go in and out. Cheers. Have a good day. Thank you. Hi.
I just want to say, hey, I've watched your channel a lot.
Oh, great.
Really appreciate it.
Yeah. Thanks so much. And thanks for coming out.
Out here because of your posts.
Oh, that's
Thanks
good.
for sharing it.
All right. Very good. Very good. Thank you.
Yeah.
Cheers. Lots of fans. Are we having issues with the stream? That's funny. The stream is still working, but for some reason I lost chat on YouTube. It's just blank. That's so weird. Oh, there it goes. All right. Stream is good, the YouTube side. Yeah, not the Twitch side so much. There's another can set. Oh, they are loud. Very good. All right, well, that was good fun. It was very good fun. I sent you a super chat. Oh, did you? Let me take a look. Sorry, I miss... It's so easy to miss super chats when you're out on a bike. It's funny, YouTube's not showing it to me either. That's frustrating. Yeah, YouTube's not showing me any super chats there. Sorry about that. Sorry I missed your super chat. Super chats often just don't show up. That's bullshit. How long does it take to make a Tesla battery depleted? Well, there's a lot of factors that depend on that. They have huge batteries though. Yesterday a super chat didn't work, got refunded in 5 minutes. That's interesting. Yeah, I don't see any super chats here. Oh wait, no, it literally just came through. Travel through the sharrows of death. Thanks for the super chat. And Castardo, yeah. I see them now in the app I'm using here, the Stream Buddy app. It's showing me the super chats at the top, but YouTube is not showing me the super chat, so that's very helpful. Thanks so much for the super chat. I appreciate that, and Castardo as well from earlier in the stream. Very good. All right, well, let's go. Turns out a bunch of people came out because of my post, so that's nice to see. And we had someone from RTL News, so should hopefully be on RTL, which is also nice to see. Cyborg Sheep, thanks for the super chat. Cycle Toronto held a bike protest yesterday. I was there. Very good. My wife used to be a board member of Cycle Toronto many years ago. They're very good. They do good things. Man, Cycle Toronto's job is tough these days. It's always been tough, but lately it's getting tougher. 0 to 1936 would be more accurate for the thumbnail. Entirely possible. I actually did not invent that. That comes from the swastika group in the UK. They've been putting up ads around bus shelters and on the tube. They're very, very funny. You you should look to see if you can find some photos of them. Oh, another super chat. Thanks so much. The Vliegender Deur. Just curious, and it doesn't really have anything to do with your channel, but are you learning Dutch from your kids or on your own? On my own. My kids refuse to speak Dutch with me. They say my accent is too bad. No, I have a tutor that I use. Although I've stopped working with the tutor recently because she said my Dutch is more than good enough, and she wants to work with some other students to bring their Dutch up. Thoughts on motorcycles driving the dedicated bike path? Should that be allowed? Well, they're not in a lot of Amsterdam, but they are out here in the suburbs. And they're not motorcycles. They are supposed to be mopeds that only go 25 kilometers an hour, but everybody removes the speed limiter. It's the whole thing. But the mopeds are allowed to be in the bike lanes out here. But you'll notice as we go farther into Amsterdam, you'll see these signs will say snorfietsen niet toegestaan, and that means that they're not allowed. Boomer accent. No, I mean, I'm gonna have an accent. That's all there is to it. It'll never go away. So I still speak Dutch with them sometimes. You know, I will say it's nice to be on a nice protected bike path, so when there's some douchebag driving too fast, it doesn't affect me. I might actually try to put my GPS out here because I'm not 100% sure how to get back on this route. Although maybe I'll just wing it, you know, maybe that'll be interesting. I used to hate fat bikers. When I can choose between them or mopeds, I choose fat bikes, yeah. I mean, the fundamental issue with the... Oh, Wawaker, thanks for the super chat, Stroopwafel. The fundamental problem with the fat bikes is the same one with the Snorfietsen. It's that people remove the speed limiters and ride too fast. I mean, that's really all there is to it. Could you just change your driver's license? Do you have to take lessons? I could change it, thankfully. I'm glad I didn't have to take lessons because driving lessons are expensive and time-consuming here. I noted today there aren't any trains at all running in Amsterdam Central due to maintenance works. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, they are... there's also a lot of problems with the trains between Rotterdam and Amsterdam because of deferred maintenance that should have been done decades ago. And now it all has to be done now. And now, you know, trains are late and everything like that. And with the government saying they're going to cut the public transit budget by 300 million euros, well, that's going to fuck everything up. All right. Anyway, let's head back to head back to closer to the center of Amsterdam. See, look at that. That is a Snorfiets, blue license plate. I'm going 20 kilometers an hour. There's no way he's going 25. Like, they remove their speed limiters all the time. It's so frustrating. Of course, cars should have speed limiters too, but that's a whole other issue. All right, I'm gonna start going here. I don't totally remember where this bike path takes me, but I'm assuming that if I just take it for a while, I'll find something I recognize. I'm gonna go out to the left here. Another one of those counters for bikes. Give me a second. The only Snorfeetsen with attack speed limiters have having written on them. That's so funny. How much did your electric bike cost? This one was very expensive. I think 2,500 or something. Yeah, those mopeds are really freaking annoying.
What do these two signs mean?
This is nice though, to be able to just be on a separated bicycle path wherever I go. Oh, I know where this is. I came out here on a live stream once. It's out by and I have video that I often use of this highway. And it's so good to be able to just pass over the highway like that. But these Brommers are annoying. I have to yield to cars here and then go through here. And like, you know, we were just in that industrial area, and now there's a farmer's field. Like, Amsterdam does just end. That's common with Dutch cities. It just, you get to the border, it's not like it's sprawling suburbs forever, it just ends. I'm gonna have a sip of water. Those mopeds sound like a lawnmower. Well, there's a reason for that. They have basically the same engine. It is amazing to me that you can just be suddenly at a farmer's field. Meanwhile, in Canadian cities, they're just bulldozing shit like this to build suburbs. You know, Canada's a huge country, but there's not that much good quality arable land. Canada becomes the Canadian shield and impenetrable rock pretty quickly. But they're just destroying so much of their arable land with suburbs, suburban development. It's sad. Yeah, look at this. Here you've got farmer field, and then you can see Amsterdam in the distance there. Anyway, my opinion on the fat bikes is really there's nothing wrong with fat bikes. No, more counting things here. They're counting a lot of cyclists out here. My issue with fat bikes is just that they go too fast. If they strictly enforce the speed limiter rule for Snorfeetsen and fat bikes, I think a huge amount of the problems would go away. But as long as that doesn't happen, we're always going to have these problems. Because the thing is, the fat bikes came along because the Snorfeetsen were disallowed on so many bike paths in Amsterdam. So people who used to have Snorfeetsen would buy a fat bike. And the problem with the Snorfeetsen is that they removed the speed limiters. So the same people bought fat bikes and removed the speed limiters on them too. If you ban the fat bikes, they'll just be something else. It was like the Van Moof that was really easy to remove the speed limiters on. People used to have those before Van Moof went bankrupt. The ultimate solution has to be enforcing the speed limits. Farmer's field on one side, two-way bicycle path, highway on the other. I can see there that weird looking N hotel, I think it is, at the Rye. So we're really not far. I think this is actually the faster way to get back to Amsterdam because there's no traffic lights. It is really, really windy out here, by the way, so I hope that the microphone is not picking that up. Because it is like crazy windy. All right, that's just a full-on motorcycle. I'm pretty sure he's not supposed to be out here. The wind blows away most of the car noises. Yeah, it's probably true. I'd be curious to see how this sounds on stream, because to me, it's really, really loud out here because of the wind. I barely hear the cars at all, but the wind, whoa, so much wind out here. I don't enjoy coming out here without an e-bike. But of course, on the e-bike, this is fine. And a nice view. I'm going 25 kilometers an hour. I should remove my speed limiter. And yes, I'm on a Gazelle. See, lots of people come out here on racing bikes, road bikes. That's a good place to go riding. And I see some joggers up here as well. But I will tell you, it is really, really windy out here for me. Although some of that's got to be just because of the speed I'm moving, because those reeds aren't moving at all. How far is the ride? Actually, I have no idea. I was saying it's about 10 kilometers. Someone can check me on that. Oh, I got another super chat there. I think I might just pull over and read chat because it's pretty impossible to read chat out here with the glare on the screen and the sunglasses and stuff. Let me just get to the top of this hill first. This is a nice ride out here, especially on a day like this. I mean, it is a little bit cool. My hands are a bit cold. Maybe I should have brought gloves, but the sun is nice. We had such a shit winter here that it's nice to just have some sun. Oh, someone just flat out driving their cars out here. Two people, in fact. I mean, micro cars, but still. Pretty sure they're not supposed to be driving here. But I actually don't know what this is considered. Is this actually considered a road or a bike path? De vliegende door. Really love your vids. Keep up doing great things, spreading awareness how great Dutch infrastructure can be. Thanks so much for the super chat. I appreciate that. You mean this mountain, Jason? That's so funny. My home country's in the EU. We definitely have zoning regulations. They have zoning here too. Those microcars count as mopeds? Do they? I guess they count as like bromfietsen. Because I know, I don't know exactly which law applies to those particular ones, because there's a couple of different ones, but many of them are classified as ATVs, not cars. Bromfeets, yes, okay. Then they're probably allowed out here. I know the Bromfeets are normally allowed out on these more rural paths. And sometimes you'll see tractors out here too. Good. Some seniors out for a bike ride. It's a nice day for a bike ride. I got a Brummer coming up behind me, I think. Yeah. Yeah, again, I'm going 25 right now. That's supposed to be speed limited at 25. So, you know, again, you almost never see blue plate Snorfeetsen that are actually going 25. And that's really the fundamental problem with them. There's no difference then between a blue plate and a yellow plate. Oh, that one stinks, man. That reminds me of being in Taiwan. Whew. That was a smelly moped. Yeah, here comes another microcar. I guess this is like all the microcar drivers know that they can use this route to avoid traffic on the highway. And also, I wouldn't want to drive on the highway with one of those little things. All right, so it turns out I didn't need to check my GPS. I know exactly where we are. Good. And this is actually a bit of a steep hill. I don't know if it comes across on camera. But you actually have to go up a fair ways here to the level of the highway in order to pass over the river. But then we ride up here next to the highway and cross the river. I mean, we are right next to the highway, but the cars are up there, and I don't really even hear them, which is nice. Don't need to be riding right next to the cars. Good. So we'll be back in no time. This is pretty quick. Pretty frustrating that the Twitch stream went down so early on. Gonna have to find out why that happens, but I think it's just that multi-stream plugin. I mean, a lot of those OBS plugins are meant for you're sitting at the computer at OBS, right? So if something like that happens, just reset it with a button. But you can't do that when you're out. Yeah, to anybody jumping in now, I was at the protest for a while, but now I'm heading back home because I got something that I'm doing with the kids this afternoon. This is Amstel Park here. I'll stop actually for a sec. This is a nice park actually. It's really big. Oh, I should turn the map back on. Yeah, KPN Tower, so you're right at the Rye. Yeah, they're getting rid of that tower, right? Were there many people at the protest? A couple dozen. It wasn't super huge. But you can go back in the VOD and see. It was good fun. RTL News were there. And it was pretty chill. No Teslas on fire. This isn't France. Good. All right, let's go. Actually, I should check, is the map actually working correctly? It was having some issues earlier. It's on the correct network. Yeah, seems to be working. Good. I do like the map. Before I had the map, I would always get asked on stream. It's not listing the street names. Well, that's probably because I'm not on a street right now. I assume that once I get to a street that it recognizes, it'll list it. But I like that map because it used to be on stream. I was constantly being asked, where are you in the city? What street is this? And every once in a while as well, what's the weather like there? It's not moving, the map not working. Give it a second. This is where the erotic center is planned to be built. Yeah, what's the status of that? I haven't looked at that, but it is supposed to be built like right around here, basically. Which would be the new red light district. I'm actually running low on battery on my stream phone. I don't know if it's worth plugging in. Absolute timeout reached. Okay, I'm gonna stop the GPS here and restart it. Are you going to update my GPS? Are you going to do it? Are you going to do it? Apparently not. There we go. God, there's so many things that can go wrong with a IRL live stream. Why do you want to build a red light district? Well, the idea is that they want to move the red light district out of the city center because it brings too many tourists. They want to move it to somewhere that can handle the tourists better. And so they want to build a new red light district somewhere around here, which is wild. The Rye is right there, the convention center. And I don't know whether it's necessarily a good idea to build a red light district right next to the convention center and the park. Yeah, there's a park there too. But like, the Amsterdam Convention Center is going to get a reputation for being right next to a brothel. And I don't know whether that's necessarily a good idea. All right. Stream phone, very low on batteries. But I think it'll last. We'll see. I've got a charger here, but I don't know whether I'm going to bother taking it out because I'm almost done this stream anyway. I'm going to end up here. A lot of business people use those services. Yes, that is true. I just don't know whether, like, if you're an event manager deciding where to do your next event, and Amsterdam has that reputation, it might be something that they don't want to do. I don't know. We'll have to see what happens. It's pretty crazy to just like invent a new red light district and move all of the prostitutes. Only Amsterdam, man. Oh, I love that there's these underpasses here so that we never need to interact with cars. It's so good. And we'll go through Beatrix Park, and then I'll end somewhere over in Zoud, near a tram, I think. This area is nice. This was redesigned shortly after we moved here. It's by the convention center. This hotel is new. Those mopeds don't give an F overtaking. Yeah, and I don't know if mopeds are allowed there. I wasn't looking at the signage. Because this is starting to get into the area where they're no longer allowed in the bike paths. I'm almost certain they're not allowed in Beatrix Park. Can't end the stream without a tram. Yeah, exactly, right? So let's go over to Beethovenstraat, I think. And I'll end the stream over there. That was good. I like Beatrix Park here. It's a nice park to bike through. Speed is not working. Yeah, I disabled the speed because the GPS app is reporting the wrong speed. I thought maybe it was like sending it in miles per hour and I was showing kilometers per hour, but no, it says kilometers per hour, but it would show me like cycling 5 kilometers an hour when I was going 20. So I don't really care too much about the speed. That was more of a nice to have anyway. Oh, I think that playground is new. I don't remember that being there before. But this park, this is just so good to cycle through. It's like set up as like a bicycle highway. There's a bunch of routes that all come in together. And you used to be able to go out here, but I think it's closed for construction, right? And there's actually a hill here, and kids go tobogganing when it snows. Yeah, this is closed for this construction. I assume they'll reopen it when they're done. But let's go out to Beethovenstraat, and I'll end just up here. Yeah, a lot of people come through here on bike. Sometimes it's very, very busy. Not so bad today. It is a Saturday after all. And there's a school right here. It's a high school. I'm curious to know what they're developing down there. I assume they're building some more apartments and stuff. But I think we'll just end over here. Actually, let's go end it south. That's better. There's trams up there too. so good. I love these bike paths. Such an easy ride. You notice that ride, like from the test dealership, was like pretty nice on separated bike paths almost the entire way. Some issues with the mopeds, but otherwise pretty good. And I'll end right here in this park, which was renovated fairly recently. You know what's crazy is that almost all of these trees are new, but they like plant them as already grown trees. Love it. And I'll end here with the trams behind me. Just in time for the phone to run out of batteries. So it turns out I am gonna have to charge it. It's a good thing I got a charger right here. Very funny that I ran out of batteries just as I get up here. All right. Well, thanks for coming out, everyone. This is out S, the financial district, which I also kind of like. More modern development, but mostly pedestrianized. All right, I got my chat back. Oh, here comes a tram. There's the tram. Always got to end on a tram. Thankfully, it's very easy to end on a tram. Thanks for coming to the stream. Shame that Twitch didn't work. It'd be nice to raid somebody. Opening tune and closing tune, yeah. You hear the tram gong going off. This is nice. The leaves are starting to come in too. The protest was a bit tame, but yeah, I mean, it wasn't going to be lighting Teslas on fire, I knew that. You see bike cops every day in The Hague. Yeah, they're common enough. I don't see them too often in my part of Amsterdam, but I see them quite often in the city center when I go up there. I think it's just easier to get around by bike up there. Anyway, thanks so much. I'm not on Twitch, so I don't have anyone to raid. And thanks so much for the super thanks. And thanks to everybody that came out to the protest. It was good fun.